What's happening? Today I'm going to be talking about inspirations that have come and gone in my life and how would have come and gone in your life and how it's evolved to the way I now think about people that I've looked up to previously and how in the future I'm going to go about it sort of differently so that I don't get caught up in these sort of fan moments and really I'm actually getting inspired by the right people. When you're younger, you've got these childhood idols, and it's a blind admiration for people that you've never met. For me, probably the first time I had it would have been at the football, and I would have seen all these players, and I've gone, wow, they're living my dream, and no matter what they were like in real life, because I'd never met them, I just thought they were awesome. And I grew up idolising these players purely for their skill level and the fact that they were living my dream. I never at any point at 7, 8 years old considered their personal life, the choices they'd made, and the struggles that they were potentially going through. Because ultimately, that wasn't something that at 8 years old I needed to really be thinking about. But I viewed them as sort of invincible human beings where they play for my team and no matter what happens, they are class. And I didn't look at them as human beings. My admiration towards them was pretty much strictly based, like I said, on the skill and performance as players rather than as sort of public figures and people that sort of had to sort of set an example that at the time I didn't really think about at all. There's a big difference between sort of being inspired by these people and just not understanding anything about them. I was caught up in the hype of just watching these players every week and go, yeah, they're so great. They are so great. We're doing so well. They must all be great. And I didn't really think about whether they would ever, or certain of the players were carrying the same values that I expected them to carry and that I carry in life. We've done a video right at the start of this channel on a shifting perspective of me as I've grown up. And on the angle of inspirations, as I've grown up, I've also shifted my perspective on these people that I've looked up to. Time changes how you see people. Obviously, as you get older, you get more mature. You get your own brain, as say, linking back to yesterday. You think for yourself more. And with some of these players, especially with the time gone, it's been 15 years I've been going, and got a list of all the players that have been and gone, and I could go through that list and tell you the players that I respect and don't respect. And the thing is, a lot of them did gain my respect for the way that they wore the badge of pride, they put the effort in, and then you've got some that by the actions they've then made in the last few years or whilst they're at the club, it made me rethink and go, actually, you're really not a good person and someone I should not have looked up to in my former years. I've shifted into the sort of motion of I respect their values rather than their talent. Because the main term of life is hard work beats talent every time. And now when I watch a player, yes, I would love them to be unbelievably skillful and score loads of goals. But you also want them to play every minute and play for the badge of pride and really put the effort in on the pitch every time and go, these are the people I should be supporting, not the people that sort of show up when they want, show a bit of flash of brilliance. You want consistency in your life, and that's what you want from your inspirations and idols. The question you ask yourself is, do we expect too much from these, like I said, inspirations, but more so public figures? Do we expect too much when really they're just human beings? And I don't know what's going on in their life. They don't know what's going on my life, they know me as a fan, but they don't know me as an individual. They just know me as one head in the crowd, and I know them as a. I think I know more about them than I do, but I do not. There's also a danger, though, in worshipping your idols, your inspirations, and that is you put these people on a pedestal straight away when they've not earned it yet. Especially if you've just seen them in the past, and then you go, oh, well, do you know what? They're the man, and you put them on that pedestal, and then they eventually don't back it up, and you go, why did I think they were so great when they'd never ever shown any reason for me to put them up on that pedestal? I put my trust and belief into someone that I didn't know. Like I said, I didn't know him as a person. I just knew him as their name on the back of their shirt, name on the back of my shirt. I would always get disappointed when they would fall short. And the thing with this is that then it becomes sort of an emotional attachment, and it sort of reflects in and affects in how I actually see myself. Where if they've let me down, then I am disappointed in them individually, and then I'm moody. And it's like, I've looked up to these people when really I should have been looking within and gone, why am I letting this sort of attachment get the best of me? I think social media, though, has massively humanized these individuals, where now they're posting sort of the behind the scenes of their life, and potentially sometimes too much, which is then the level where they do then get caught out, and then you meet the sides of these players and these people and these individuals and these famous public figures that you never wanted to see because it's just ruined it for you, and they might have tweeted the wrong thing or said the wrong thing or posted something that you don't agree with, and you're like, I looked up to you and I don't agree with these values that you're now promoting. I also know, on the other side of this completely, is I now have a joy as someone older than some of the actual players at the club. I have a joy in watching I get inspired by the younger generation of players now, where with these new generation, I get a joy in watching them play for the badge, fight for the badge, play for an opportunity. I like that they're working hard to get that opportunity to get to the top. Where before, I was just looking at the players in the team. Now I'm looking at the ones that are making their way up the ranks to get where they want to be, especially in the academy system, where you've watched them I haven't watched them, but you hear of their names of when they're 12, 13, 14, 15, and then they make their debut at 18, 19, 20, and you're like, this is what we've been waiting for the whole time. This is their calling, and I've been supporting quietly in the background the whole time, and now they're here. I'm going to put my inspiration and joy into watching them play because they're homegrown. The best thing about it is that they carry this pressure at such a young age, and it gives me as an individual hope, and I relate to their passion, their struggles. And this is not as a fan. This is someone by me that's sort of looking to get more hungry in life and really hit my potential like they have done. They've done it. So now I've got to sort of put myself higher up and go, I can do it as well. If they've achieved my dream, in my new dream, why can't I then achieve the highest level of that? They lit the spark within me to find inspiration within, like we discussed a minute ago. I was looking in the wrong place the whole time. Really, I had to be looking at the inspiration for me. Watching them, what can I achieve? Going ahead, though, into my adulthood, I'm also watching content that is more appropriate and more direct towards how I want to behave as an adult. I watch more deeper, more thoughtful content, more thought-provoking content. And a lot of these videos I watch, similar to the ones I create, they reflect on my own questions, where I watch it and I go, what these people are saying, this potentially is the missing link or the missing answer to the question that I've been looking for the whole time. I'm more intentional about the people that I'm being inspired by and listening to. And I see myself in their struggles where they make a video of a topic that I think is hard hitting. And I go, I feel the same. And this is the whole point of this channel as well. I'm hoping that people watch my content and go, this is something that I've been hoping for someone to create a video on, where we both sort of had the same thought at the same time in our life, where have we been looking in the wrong place? And that's how I'm sort of pushing the boundaries of who I'm looking towards. I also think that as we get older, our inspiration evolves. And what I mean by this is that in life, some people have let us down, but a lot of people have surprised us. Linking it back to the football, there's a lot of people that have tweeted wrong things, or promoted the wrong thing, or done the wrong thing, or been abusive, aggressive, and I go, damn, I looked up to you. But there's also people that I've watched, and I've recognised it a lot more as I've got older, is that a lot more are promoting youth. They're promoting sort of women's equality. They're promoting health, where charity and sort of working within the trust to get everyone's health at the highest level, and working within the charities, and that's what you want to see from people that you're inspired by, people that are looking to make a difference rather than make a problem. And the real inspiration comes from more than the talent that you initially see. It's how consistent these people are being, how resilient they are to achieve the highest level and make a difference, and the humility they show throughout their journey that you can bring into your own. And for yourself, on a personal note, when you get the inspiration within, you learn to trust your gut, yourself, and who to follow on your journey of being inspired. And that's what it's all about, in terms of, am I watching and identifying where the correct inspirations are coming from?